Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are playing speed golf because it's wet, it's wild and it's bloody freezing outside at the moment. So there's that. Look at that puddle. So essentially normally when I get over the ball it takes me about 10 or 15 seconds, but today we're just having a look up, setting up and whack, just like that. And that has worked perfectly. Now as you might have seen in the first clip, it's very wet. There were some puddles. And in one of those puddles, I did actually see a reflection and it said, like and subscribe to the channel, because it is free and it really helps out my growth and I would love it if you could do that, so thank you very much for that. We've just missed the fairway on the left and we're off and away, can't even keep up with the shots, and that's a pretty decent start. A little bit short on left, but we have an uphill putt for birdie. This would be an incredible start. Normally looking for around level par, that is what I'd kind of expect to be half decent, so let's see how the speed golf works out as we pour that in for birdie and salute the masses that do not exist. So 1 under par then, as you can see in the graphic on the bottom left, we'll keep track of that as we are hitting a 4-iron down this second. Now the rain really started to come down and it was quite windy as well, so apologies if that comes into play at some point. And the shot tracer looked like it followed my divot, but that is also where the ball went, although it's a lot further back than I was hoping for, and this is a full 8-iron into a blustering gale. Trying to hold that one against the wind, weird finish to say the very least. However, we're pretty happy with that, or we would have been until we got to it and we're 50 feet away. Although putting was on the first green, although one putting this would be unbelievable and historic, you might think. So even though it's down a cliff face, I've given it a good old whack, misread it a tad, but pace is very good and that's usually a good sign. So miles away in the distance with my pink hat on, this has been to the top of Kilimanjaro, but not whilst I was wearing it, because only my girlfriend would do something as crazy as that. Hello. Poured that in for par though, and what a start this is. Maybe speed golf is the way. Although impressions were from me that I was just rushing. Although it seems to be working at the moment, so we'll just continue. And I've absolutely piped that 3-wood as well. And we'll jog over to that ball in the middle of the fairway. As the rain starts to come down, we are straight downwind and hitting a 50-degree from about 130, taking a huge divot where ball striking is very important at the moment, simply because if you catch any turf before the ball, it's going nowhere. But I've hit a good one, and I'm already piss wet through. Krent is in my way as well, get him out. But this is for birdie, another left to right, and well, we've only had one, but it worked out well before. Decent looking stroke, even by my standards, and bosh! Disbelief on everyone's face, and we're 2 under. Right everybody, speed golf is the way here. Now, I'm hitting driver, and it's only about 240, but into an absolute gale, and oh my god. What on earth is that? And that's an explosion, and somehow I wasn't really out of play. I was only in the rough, but I could not find my ball for the life of me, and I was not going back to the tee because it's hammering down. So I'm hitting 3rd from here, and nobody's going to stop me. And somehow the camera cut out, probably because it's sopping wet, but I 2-putted and we'll move on, and that was just a bogey. So on to the 6th after it wazzed it down on the 5th and did not want to film in that. So I've pull hooked it into the trees and that's probably gone. But somehow it must have belted a tree because it's not really in a bad position. So realistically all I have to do is keep it under these tree limbs and I can get this on the green and have a putt. But whatever I said, I didn't listen to, and I hit a tree and we've come up short. However, I would back myself to get up and down from here, although you can see the first puddle on the green. And I've only just got it over it, not hit that hard enough at all, and now we're struggling to save par for the 2nd hole in a row. And this will be uphill, downwind and right to left. And we probably need to give this a whack. Now, I did find that the greens were very, very spongy and very wet in places, so it was very difficult to judge speed, as you can see there as I've left it short. So that's another bogey, and after a belting start, we're now back to level. Although, I don't really feel like I can blame the speed golf. And yet again, absolutely spanked a 4-iron down the right centre of the fairway, and we love to see that. Now we have a 9-iron from about 140 with the wind coming left to right and strongly. And I've hit this straight at the flag. There must be something to this. Maybe I do need to just speed up a little bit. Like I said before, I was feeling like I was rushing a bit, but I think that's just because when I get over the ball I am quite controlled. Not used to this. And I've left that one short as well. But it'll be a par and stress-free, although I would have liked to have knocked that in for bird. So still level par and on to the 8th, a downhill par 4. And at this point I'm freezing, so speed golf is working wonders because it's keeping me warm. And that's a 5-iron straight down the middle, excellent news. Although I'm absolutely miles away because I misjudged the wind and it's slightly into the breeze. So now I still have a 7-iron in when I normally have a 52 degree. And that is an enormous divot. Had to try and avoid that tree because I wanted to keep it low under the wind, and it's still come up way short. And look at the state of this green. Quite honestly, I should have just taken the play of almost just chipping it straight into this puddle and hoping for the best, because I've thraped that putt and it's still a mile short. And now watch me capitulate completely. So it's almost impossible if you've ever played in weather like this to judge the speed. And look how hard I've hit that and it's still come up 6 feet short. And what can you honestly do other than go and belt it again? And I've done it and my ball's underwater. Don't want to see me pick that out because my hand is now frozen. So onto the par 3 9th. Straight downwind for once when it's normally off the left. So this will just be a 9-iron. And I've hit a decent one. It looks like it's going to be on the green, but it's a bit right of the flag. But we're pin high. You can never complain about being pin high unless you're 150 yards offline. And you can see every time I take a step there's water coming up, and I'm not that heavy, so I'm giving this a whack. It's on line. Ooh. Good effort. And a tapping par, and we've stopped the rot somewhat. So still at +1 as we go on to the last hole, the 10th. And a hard left to right wind here, and the rain is really coming down, and we're not happy. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Got loads more content to come this year. I'm certainly trying to get out onto more courses and visit some class places. So hopefully you'll be looking forward to it. As I mash that way right, and I'm so far right, I'm nearly against the wall, and this is as close as I can get the camera. The flag is basically directly behind my chest. I mean, you can't see it, you can only see my booty, but I'm excited. I nearly rammed that in. Although I've now got a tester for par, so after thinking I'd made a 2, I'm now struggling to stay at +1. Quite frankly, I don't like the speed golf business. It has its merits, for sure, but you have to do it in a way that makes you feel like you're not rushing. So that'll be the end of that video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That will be excellent as we watch Krenti try and blaze this one home. See you in the next video.